for, gosh, a long time. And the concept of selling an image is out. My consultant told me about almost 5 years ago. He's been my consultant for 20 years. And he looked at my cover image. I was so proud of that image. I said, I got it. And I guess he felt that I felt the same thing. So because he gave me a call.
Yeah.
And he said, Chuck, nice image you got there on the cover. What the F are you selling? Don't tell me the image. Because my daughter with 36 apps creates good images. That's not your competition, is it? I'm going to have lunch, and I'll call you back in a couple hours, and I'll let you give me an answer. And I couldn't. And he says, Chuck, you have to sell a product or a service. And, the steampunk thing is great. You've been doing that for, many years. Keep that thing. No one else is doing it. That's your niche. Attract people into a home that want to do it. You have all the clothes. You have everything. Don't sell the clothes. Just use that as a shiny object to bring the women in. And that's what I did. Rent an Airbnb, 4, 5, 6 bedroom. Charge $850 a head. Have designers buy clothes, their clothes, bring them in there. Throw a bucket of shoes on the floor.
Yep.
Let them fight over it. Have a chef come in, cheese, wine, have fun, and kick them out with an image.
We sell the experience, not the image.
Yeah, I'm very clear on that. They get to work with you as a professional model. They get to work with Chuck and some other photographers he brings in. And
that's a facade. Here's what happens.
Inspiring other people to feel comfortable with who they are. But the thing is about it is to see the glory within yourself and to feel comfortable to stand bold and naked in front of the universe and to let them see that just like a rose, people are perfect on their own. You don't have to be without blemish or flaw to be yourself. Steampunk is interesting because there's a little bit of harshness to it. So there's a strength in it that comes with the femininity too. And the sexuality, I feel like, is not as aggressive or upfront with other things. And that the image isn't necessarily meant to entice, but to draw the viewer in and to maybe make you think. There's more than one kind of beautiful. I like it. Usually when you go to shoots, especially big cluster shoots, because I do a lot of boudoir and a lot of glamour photography, that everybody gets along well, but that no one really is friends because we might interact a little bit, but not that much. This is different because it really is a family and a whole group of people. And so they all know each other, they interact with each other, and they're part of each other's personal lives. So it's interesting to watch beautiful images coming from beautiful relationships.
You're as mad as a hatter.
The Mad Hatter. Let's make a movement.
What I do is I introduce women to themselves. Women don't talk to one another on a deeper level. They don't. They call me the bitch whisperer. So what I do is I talk to them first. I get them to tell me their shortcomings. So I understand which woman is going to enhance or be a cancer to a certain scenario. So I'll have these, like we have one coming up now, which is the Lake Powell event. So right now I have probably about 6 women coming to that one. I know every one. I know which ones are going to stay on the boat. I know which ones I'm going to have in the hotel. Every event that I have, each woman leaves there saying, I did not know I could be such a friend to another woman. That's what I'm doing. I'm basically blindsiding them because every woman dreams. Every woman wants to be on the back of the Lincoln convertible waving to everyone. She wants to live that experience. So basically, our society has pushed these women into a corner to where they can't live out those dreams because they're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. So basically, I give them an excuse to come out and live that dream. That's what I sell. Has nothing to do with Chuck, has nothing to do with Vilma, has nothing to do with my photography. So Steve got a package, and so I said, Steve, you know, the biggest thing now is not, because he's always, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. Oh, you know, I want to shoot my wife, but she won't let me because I'm not good enough. You know, he's steadily beating himself up about, I'm like, Steve, you're good enough. I can show you a couple things. You don't need all these new cameras or anything like this. I can show you the illusion that most women have of themselves, and we can correct that. But that's not straight out of the camera. You know what? Any photographer who tells me that they're trying to make everything all natural, they just can't edit.
No.
They just can't.
Yeah.
I stretch, I tuck, I mean, I make everything perfect. That's what they want.
Yep. They want to look as good as they think they look.
You don't see any magazine like Vogue or anything with raw images on the cover. Nobody wants that.
Never,
No.
never.
I'm way past that. I'm on your side, so I clearly understand.
But I don't sell the, you know, the picture side of it. You can't sell an image because once you start trying to sell an image, it's all about price at this point.
Yeah.
You know, my cousin can do it.
Yeah.
My friend, my uncle, you know, everybody else can do it. So I don't even compete in that world. I don't even deal with models. The average model can't even define what model is. If I ask the average model, what is a model? They can't tell me. And if I tell them the true meaning of it, you're a co-hanger for someone else's product. Because you're selling someone else's dream.
You're a blank canvas for somebody else to sell their product.
Exactly. And they don't want to hear that because they're in it for a different reason.
Right.
To make themselves feel good.
Exactly.
But then they're twisting that into, you know, I have a career, I'm doing this, everyone tells me I'm beautiful, I should be a model, you know, and then they go out there and don't understand the definition or the meaning of model. In Europe, a model is called a mannequin. That's what they call a model in Europe, a mannequin.
Yeah.
And
Voice-operated mannequin. Move over here, walk this way.
Exactly. I use hand signals.
Yeah.
Because I deal with a lot of languages, so you know I've learned to here. That's one thing, and the biggest thing about a business is that you need eyeballs, and the correct eyeballs. And a lot of people, they do a lot of network shoots where you have photographers who are building a portfolio, models who are building a portfolio, designers who are building a portfolio, and then they're in this big circle. No money exchanging hands. They get out there and they get really good, and the model finally says one day, "Oh my goodness, I'm ready." Hey Chuck. Hey, whenever you're in town, call me up. I don't want to say, look, we have over 200,000 followers. I don't know how I can remember you. I just don't know how. I can't say that because that's arrogant.
Right.
So, a few years ago, I used to say, like, well, I can't, I'm like, what, Chuck, that's not cool. I just, okay, if I miss you when I come in town, look me up. When they do call me, it's like, what is this collaboration? Who's bringing what? Well, I'm experienced and I've been published. How are you being sought after now? What kind of pay I will pay you what you have been receiving on the regular for the last 90 days. They can't tell me. They've never. So you don't have a way to attract people to pay you. Why are you coming to me to pay you? You don't have an established business. And when I look at your portfolio, it's filled with a bunch of thirsty men. I sell women's experiences. So the value that you bring to the table is really nothing to me because a man doesn't really, I don't know about women's issues, women's clothing, fashion. And these men do nothing for me. And then they're angry at me and I understand, because they are like, I've been doing this for 4 years and you're telling me what I've been doing for 4 years is wrong. They get mad and leave.
Yeah.
And now I'm a jerk, but that's okay. My clients are, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old women who want to have fun. The kids are gone. They've seen every bad issue in life. They're settled, married. Their, finances are okay. That's my client base.
They see themselves a certain way, and you get the opportunity, or they get the opportunity to step outside of that.
A lot of times, the average woman at 40 doesn't even know how to put on makeup on, and has also been afraid to ask someone out. This is what I get. I get women who want to. They see what I do and they get jealous, but then they also are afraid to approach that because they're thinking that, oh, I'm a model, I don't want to be a model. I just want to have fun. So they don't want to take that stigma of being a 40-year-old woman jumping over here in a world where normally there's 18 to 24-year-old women. They don't want to do that, so they're afraid. But then when they see my work, oh man, Vilma's 41, Genevieve is 53, Susie is 62. Oh, they're having a good time. And then I show the videos of how fun it is and what they're doing. Like, this is what I want. Steve, oh gosh, over a year ago, he was going to Moab, and he said something. I said, well, why don't you do one of these programs? Oh, I'm not a photographer. You know, I'm just playing. And a year later, he's like, Chuck, I'd like to do this. And so I explained to Steve that, you know, here's what I do. You know, and he wants to make money at it, you know, because he's buying all this equipment. I said, Steve, you know, you can buy all the equipment in the world. If you don't have the right, you can have a Picasso on your wall. The only people that are going to see that Picasso are the people that come to your threshold and look at it. Other than that, you're marketing to the same people who are doing everything for free. You need to get out there. And so that's when we get out there. We do the Salt Flats thing. I do Sturgis. I do stuff. I make clothing for Sony. I make clothing for other women to market their stuff. So I send leggings all around the world.
Yeah, you do.
I put the code on there, they scan it and come to my website. I've been doing this for 4 years, and a lot of photographers won't do it because they don't want to copy me. They want to be the ones that come up with an idea. And they don't want to, and I had one of my good buddies, like, Chuck, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want you to make money off me. I'll sit here and struggle. I'll buy a new $4,000, $5,000 camera, $8,000 lens, a $15,000 drone, just so I don't have to give you $100. I said, dude, I love you. I know where I stand. Let me buy you dinner. He said, let's, okay. Epson, those are the ones that print my prints.
Right.
And they sponsor, I lease them my images, and they go to these big events. So I'll go into a trade show in Las Vegas or where in New York, wherever they go. I'll have 2, 3, 4 girls in there, and we'll just walk in there and we will take over that whole event. With 2 girls. Walk through there, and then everybody comes to me. So what I'm doing is marketing.
Yep.
These people are coming to me. I found a way to make somebody stop and pay attention to what we're doing. Same way we got Sony as a client. You know, they seen what we do. They're like, oh my goodness. They called us into San Diego, and they sat us down. I'm nervous. I'm sweating. I'm like, man, Sony, the big guys, this is it. Bill and I walk in there, and she says, Chuck, you love me. You gotta say that, you know. I walked in there, and these guys. One guy, he's from the software side. I think Final Cut is Sony does Final Cut, the video software.
Yeah, yep.
And then Adobe Premiere. They do a lot of work with them in schools and in training and stuff like that. That guy from that department came over, and the guy from the camera and film division came over as well. They sat down there with us and says, okay, we did handkerchiefs, we've done socks, we've done koozies, you know, give us some ideas. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys have billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And you're coming here asking me what to do? And at that moment, you know, I consider myself, okay talker. And at that moment, things clicked for me like, okay, I have something here. So what I did was, I started selling products. I started selling the clothing. Though I don't care where we go, to McDonald's or wherever, where people are always coming to it.
You make people stop. I understand your marketing strategy.
So when they stop, here's what we give them.
Yep.
Whatever dream you have in your head, whatever direction that you want to do, I can give you a product to make that real.